So hi everyone. With the startup ecosystems around the world getting even far more connected every day, we're here talking with Startup Lithuania. Governments, international startup landing pads, and private organizations like Workinlot align with other international ecosystem partners for different purposes. For us at Workinlot, the purpose is to scout startups or tech solution providers in different international ecosystems and then funnel them to our corporations who either want to co-create projects, become customers in several different markets, or want to invest in international startups to expand their corporate venture capital portfolio. Today, we are with our friend Akvil from Startup Lithuania. So without further ado, let's get to know you, Akvil. Labas, by the way, I learned that Lithuanian introduction. Then I'll ask you a few more questions.
Hello, everyone. Merhaba. I'm Akvilė Dobromilskytė, a foreign startup manager at Startup Lithuania, a national startup ecosystem facilitator of Lithuania, which unites main players of Lithuanian startup ecosystem, investors, governmental agencies, educational institutions, and the Lithuanian government itself. I mainly work directly with foreign startups, foreign partners, help them to find out more about Lithuanian startup ecosystem and how you can relocate and soft land in Lithuania.
It's great to know all these details, but we're here today to understand Lithuanian ecosystem as well. So can you tell us a little about what is the startup scene is like in Lithuania for the B2B or B2C startups? Any information that you can tell about, like success stories, demographics, or main focus areas of Lithuanian startups? Examples are always welcome.
We think that Lithuania for foreign startups maybe is not a right choice as a target market, but we think that Lithuania is a perfect place for startups to live slow and scale fast further to European market, which currently counts more than 700 million of customers. And if we are talking about Lithuanian startup scene, so last year our tech companies were valued more than 7 billion euros, and it's 17 times more compared to data from 2016. So the startup scene in Lithuania is expanding significantly, sorry. And actually last year we had, for example, 5 exits, whereas in previous years we had 1 or 2 exits per year. I'm really proud that in 2021 we had only 1 unicorn, Vinted, a startup which focus on second-hand clothes and e-commerce. But a few days ago, we had our second unicorn announced, North Security, which main sector and the industry that focus is cybersecurity. And of course, we have some upcoming future unicorns from fintech sector and mobility sector. Of course, many rising stars and some startups which are bootstrapping. Talking about our strongest startup sectors, of course, is fintech with 55 fintech companies in 2014. At the moment, we are counting more than 260 fintech companies in Lithuania. Also, another strong sector in Lithuania is mobility, cybersecurity with our second unicorn, and life sciences, biotech, and gaming. Today, we count around 1,000 startups. With our small population, we consider this a big number. Last year, a record of investments were announced that were attracted by our Lithuanian startups, more than 400 million euros. It's a record sum. And later, I will tell you more about our Startup Visa program. And under this program, we already have more than 90 companies which relocated to Lithuania. And of course, fully developed infrastructure with sandboxes, with more than 20 co-working spaces, tech parks, hubs, and our small but very friendly and open community.
So, delightful information with the structure. I love how you describe it. But on May 26th, there's this Startup Fair Connect, and it's a real touch point for international startups and entrepreneurs to engage with the startup scene in Lithuania. Can you tell us what or how does the Startup Fair offer benefits Turkish startups and Turkish entrepreneurs?
So Startup Fair is our biggest startup event in Lithuania, and today's keyword is Connect for 2021. So on 26th of May, we are having this our main event here in Vilnius. And what to expect this year? So there will be three main parts of the event. Of course, main part conference, which will be streamed online as well. We are having, as always, our pitch battle of pre-selected startups, and the registration actually is now open. So I invite all the startups who are thinking of scaling to Europe, of attracting investors from Nordic countries, from Europe, register, and maybe you will be selected and would be able to participate at the pitch battle. And of course, we will have a special platform which startups and investors could use both online and offline. There will be a special matchmaking platform for B2B meetings. And of course, networking events, after parties, and so on. So actually, from what we noticed from last year, pitch battle for the startups is very beneficial as well for foreign startups, because, for instance, the example from our previous winners, the prize for the pitch battle winners was announced 100,000 euros, but during the pitch and after the battle, we managed to attract even more, 500,000 euros. So it's really a good opportunity for startups to be noticed. And I invite all of you, not only startups, but of course investors who are interested in Baltic region, to come and visit us and see face-to-face all our main players of the Lithuanian startup ecosystem.
That's a very meaningful correction, because it's not just for the startups. Investors, Turkish investors on different levels can be interested in signing up and attending these matchmaking activities, so they can get to know the level of, let's say, supply Lithuanian tech ecosystem has. So that's an important thing to, just to be clear, and that's the final question on my behalf. Which Turkish startups are more relevant to the startup fair, like level of startup, B2B or B2C focus areas, and what they should do, like sign up and then it's over? What is the next step?
Actually, we don't differentiate startups according to their business model or some like a particular industry. Maybe this startup fair event this year will be more focused on sustainability, but actually we don't specify particular industry or business model, so all startups are welcome. Regarding the development stage, usually we notice that we are more interested to early stage startups, but later stage startups are also welcome to register and participate at our event, pitch battle, etc.
One thing to keep in mind, deadline is approaching soon, so be sure you can log on to the site, that's the address that you can see on the screen right now, and make sure that you stay in contact with the Lithuanian startup ecosystem. Thank you, Akvil. It's always a pleasure talking with you, and hope to see you in Vilnius or in Istanbul. Okay?
Yes, thank you, and Attila. Bye-bye.
Take care.